Let's get going. Find child's pose. I'm going to stay in a seated position because I have a few quotes to share with you. But I'm going to give you a sec to get into child's pose. You're on your knees, bringing your big toes together to touch. Sinking your hips back towards your heels. Forehead either to the mat or to stacked fists. Once you get there, take a few moments to settle in. To check in with your body. What did you bring to the mat today? What are you working with? To check in with your breath. Again, what did you bring to the mat today? What are you working with? And then to check in with your emotions, to check in with your spirit. What did you bring to the mat today? What are you working with? I have a quote to share. This quote actually, I believe it comes from the book Thanks. It goes like this. Gratitude has never, until recently, been examined or studied by scientific psychologists. It is possible that psychology has ignored gratitude because it appears on the surface to be a very obvious emotion, lacking in interesting complications. We receive a gift from friends, from family, from God, and then we feel pleasurably grateful. But while the emotion seems simplistic, even to me as I began my research, and of course this is the author speaking, not myself, I soon discovered that gratitude is a deeper, more complex phenomenon that plays a critical role in human happiness. Let me say that again. Gratitude is a deeper, more complex phenomenon that plays a critical role in human happiness. Gratitude is literally one of the few things that can measurably change people's life. Gratitude is literally one of the few things that can measurably change people's lives. Take a breath on that. And before we leave child's pose, I have another quote to share. Talking about our problems is our greatest addiction. Break the habit. Talk about your joys. So that's what this yoga practice is all about. Aside from the asanas, the postures, the body movements, we also are going to focus on breaking that habit, breaking that addiction about talking about only what's going wrong in our world. We're going to talk about our joys a bit. So let's do it. On your next inhale, come forward to your hands and your knees. Plant your palms. Fingertips are going straight forward. Exhale, tuck your toes under, push back, downward facing dog. And be open, be smooth, be fluid here in down dog. So start this practice not quite so serious. So if you need a little movement, whatever that might be, it might even be an awkward movement, go for it. We're going to do our practice with a smile, not a serious face today. On your next inhale, smile. Come forward, shoulders over your hands. Feel your strength. If you need to drop to your knees at any point when we're in a plank position like this, go for it. Otherwise, you're up on your toes. Exhale, push back, down dog. Inhale, come forward. Shoulders to your hips, not your ears. Belly button up. Push back, down dog. One more like that. Inhale, come forward. Little smile. Exhale, push back. Excellent. Bend your knees if they aren't already. Look up. At the bottom of your next exhale, step forward. And find a forward fold position. And just as we did in down dog, I want you to kind of add some movement, add some fluidity to this pose, if that would feel good. Make it less serious, more fluid. Less serious, more fun. You are creating the rules in your practice today. Of course, I'll give you guidelines to keep yourself safe, but I really want you to trust your body. If your body needs something other than what I'm telling you, go with what your body's telling you, not me. On your next inhale, do a halfway lift, really strong here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, high prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. And we're going to set an intention. Before we do, let me read to you that quote once again. Talking about our problems is our greatest addiction. Break the habit. Talk about your joys. So with that in mind, with gratitude at the forefront, what's your intention today? What do you want to get out of this time on your mat? What do you need? What are you looking for? What are you willing to focus on? Once that intention has become crystal clear, not only in your mind but also in your heart, take a deep breath, seal it. Then blink your eyes open, float your arms up, palms face forward. You've got strong posture here. Inhale, bring one hand to meet the other. Exhale, thread through. Inhale and exhale. So we're trying to warm up our upper body and also our core as we twist. That's a beautiful opportunity to get your abdominal muscles firing up. Along with that, I want you to really focus on pairing your breath with your movement. Inhale, twist. Exhale, pull. Regardless of the pose we're in or the movement we're doing, when we can combine movement with breath, it becomes that much more effective. Last set. You can take a break with your arms if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to go right into our next exercise. Flip your palms towards the sky and start moving side to side. So I always tell people this movement feels really awkward at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really beautiful movement to do for your spine. This lateral side to side movement is something that your spine rarely gets, but really needs. On top of that, we're strengthening and toning our obliques. Last 2 sets. Good. Drop your arms. That'll be a little relief. Ah, nice. Roll your shoulders. Pull your hands into heart center. Before we move into Sunays, think of one thing that you are very grateful for. Could be as simple yet as powerful as clean water. It could be as unique and as huge as a new baby. Feel the gratitude in your heart. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands from your knees or your toes, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely. Take note about how that first Vinyasa, that first Sun A felt. Nod your head yes a couple times here in down dog. Shake no. Bend your knees. Look up. Step, jump, or walk. Feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand. High prayer. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Vinyasa. You move at your own tempo. Once you get back to down dog, pedal your feet a couple times. See how your calves are doing today. Keep your belly button strong. One more round of sun A's. On the bottom of your next exhale, feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Strong vinyasa. Excellent. Reconnect with your breath if you need to. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, bring your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees. Inhale, stand, high prayer. On your exhale, pull your hands to heart center, close your eyes. Think of something new, something different that you're grateful for. Feel it. Then blink your eyes open. Glance down at your big toes. Bring them together to touch if that's available to you. Heels are out just a bit, so there's a little space between my heels here so that my toes are going straight forward. On your next exhale, squeeze your knees, squat down. Inhale, come up, chair pose. So we're starting off strong and powerful right away. With chair pose, you're in your heels, not your toes. So you should be able to see your toes. You should be able to wiggle your toes. You're squeezing your knees so that your inner thighs are firing up to support you. Hang on here for 3, 2. On your exhale, fold. Soft knees. From this position, step back with your left leg into a low lunge position. So I'm grazing my fingertips. My feet are going straight forward like they're in cross-country ski tracks, so hip width apart. Right knee is bent over my right ankle, back leg is straight. Nice. Pull your belly button to your spine. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. So same leg position, but now our upper body is straight and tall. Turn your pinky toes, or pinky fingers towards the midline. You really have to be a circus performer to turn your pinky toes towards your midline. Inhale, warrior 2. So now we've got heel to arch alignment. Front knee is bent over your front ankle. Back leg is straight. Feet are perpendicular to each other. Instead of your hips going forward like they were with crescent lunge, now they're to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill down, Vinyasa. Nice. So gratitude, just like yoga, as I've alluded to here, is a practice. Bend your knees, look up, feet forward. So just like when you're feeling tight, when you're feeling weak, when you're feeling crabby and you choose to get on your mat and practice yoga, you can make that same choice with gratitude. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, high prayer. Hands to heart center. So make that choice now. Whether you're feeling joyful or bummed out, focus on something you're grateful for here. Then blink your eyes open, big toes together to touch. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, chair. If you're not able to get your fingertips all the way to the floor in preparation for chair, no big deal. Just remember, the more you squat down, the more challenging this one becomes. You decide what you need. Squeeze your knees, Body weight's back, not in the balls of your feet. 3, 2, exhale, fold. Lovely. Soften both knees if they aren't already. Step back with your right leg, left leg forward. Low lunge. So again, your feet are in cross-country ski tracks. Toes are going straight forward. Left knee is bent over your left ankle. Back leg is straight. On your next inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Now remember, with crescent lunge and warrior two, the two poses we're doing in this little series, the further apart your feet are, so the longer your stance, the more challenging these two poses become. Warrior two. Glance down, make sure you can see your left big toe. Take a second to feel your strength here. You are powerful. Inhale. Exhale, windmill. Vinyasa. Reconnect with your intention. Reconnect with your breath. If you want to drop down to child's pose for a moment, go for it. If you're in child's pose, go back to down dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, high prayer. You know what's coming. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Think of something new that you're grateful for. And a nice visual you could use is with each of these, what do I want to call them? Positive aspects, gratitude thoughts. You can think of placing them into a gem. And then just put those gems in your pocket. And remember, they're there for you to gaze at whenever you need them. Blink your eyes open. Big toes together to touch. We've got one more round of chair pose. Squat down on an exhale. Inhale, come up. Ooh, excuse me, my microphone. There we go. Sure, I'm grateful that didn't fall on the ground. On your next exhale, if you want a bigger challenge, twist to the right. You can do an open arm twist like this, or left hand to the outside of your right knee, right arm into a half bind. For a big challenge, left elbow to your knee. Hang on here for 3, 2, good. Come back to center. Stay or take a break by folding forward. We're going to twist to the left in 3, 2, use an exhale. Open arm, hand to the outside of your knee, or elbow to the outside of your knee. Left shoulder pulls towards your spine. Right knee pulls back. 3, 2, back to center. Strong inhale here. Exhale, fold. Enjoy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, lift your right heel. Bend your knee, open your hip, roll your ankle. On your exhale, pull your right leg forward. Low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Drop your arms, palms face forward, stationary lunges down and up. If you're not into that, then just stay in crescent lunge. No big deal. Beautiful. Now on this next one, on your exhale, pull your left knee up into a single leg balance. Arms out to a T if you need help. So you're going to step back, inhale, down, exhale, pull up, balance. 2 more like that if you can. Down, arms closer to your midline will make the balancing more challenging. Last one. Stay in the balance position if you can. Hands here for a bigger challenge. If you want to go crazy, grab your knee, open, and even crazier, take your 2 peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe, and try an extension. Do what you can for about 5 more seconds. Then from this position, or whatever position you're in, make your way back to a single leg balance here. Step back, crescent lunge. Awesome. Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, windmill down. Get a nice side body stretch. And Vinyasa. Now, if the Vinyasas aren't feeling super wonderful to you right now, for whatever reason, then skip them. Remember, we're not being super serious about our practice today. We're being fun and fluid and grateful. And we're doing what our body needs, not what the person next to us is telling us, not what I'm even telling you. So you have permission here to make it be what you need it to be. On your next inhale, left heel up, bend and open, roll your ankle. Exhale, pull through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Excellent. Arms down, palms forward, stationary lunges, down and up. This knee never goes past your toe. So notice how mine is just staying stable. My body's just going straight down and straight up. 3 more like this. 2. Now, on your exhale, pull your knee up. Single leg balance. Flex your right toes. Step back. Lunge. Exhale up and balance. Zip. 2 more. This takes a lot of control. A lot of awareness. 1 more. Good. Stay. For a bigger challenge, open your knee. For an even bigger challenge, take your 2 peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe, try an extension. 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me here, step back, crescent lunge, warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, windmill, Vinyasa. Inhale, right heel up. This time, lift your heel straight up. Let your left heel drop towards the floor. So it's almost like you're doing splits in the air. On your exhale, pull your right knee forward. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. On your next inhale, reach forward. Exhale, right fingertips to the floor. Grab my mic here. And left bicep by your ear, extended side angle. If that does not work for you, come up here onto your elbow. Now pull your chest open towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the pinky toe side of your back foot all the way up, out through your fingertips. One more breath. Then bring your left hand right above your shoulder. Stay down with your upper body. Straighten your front leg. Here we are in triangle pose. If your neck's getting sore, look down at the ground instead of up at the ceiling. Keep breathing. Find a half bind in triangle pose with your left arm. Pull your left shoulder open towards your spine. Now keep everything in this position and just re-lunge, right knee over your right ankle. Pull open. If you want an even bigger challenge, you can work towards the full bind where you clasp your hands. Do what you can for 3, 2, release any hand grip you may have. Then inhale, belly button to your spine, come up. Strong warrior 2. On your exhale, windmill down. Vinyasa. Nice. Left heel up, right heel drops, splits in the air. Use your next exhale, pull your left knee forward, low lunge. Crescent lunge. Warrior 2. On your next inhale, reach forward, elbow to your knee, or left fingertips to the floor. Either way, try bringing your right bicep all the way to your ear. Lengthen here in extended side angle pose. Deep breaths. Right hand right above your shoulder. Everything stays as it is, just straighten your front leg. Triangle. Check in with your neck. See what you need. Half bind with your right arm. Re-lunge, left knee over your left ankle. Stay here. Otherwise, if you want to reach around, find the full bind. Hang on for 3, 2. Good. Release your hand grip. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. On your next exhale, windmill down, vinyasa. Once you get to down dog, drop to your knees, settle into child's pose for a bit. And notice how this child's pose feels compared to the first one we were in. Now what's going on with your body, your breath, your mind and spirit? Now what do you need? So when we create habits in our life. We literally create pathways in the brain. I mean, physical pathways with what's called myelin sheath. It's like fatty tissue in your brain. And so the more habitual something is, the easier it is for your brain to go down that pathway. And so I think of it almost like sledding down a hill. The first time you sled down a hill, you know, if you live up in Minnesota like I do, and you got a foot of snow, it's not going to be that fun because the snow is so heavy and thick. You're going to move pretty slow. You're not sure exactly what your path will be. But the more times you sled down that hill and on that same path, the quicker, the easier, the more fun that ride becomes. And that's the exact same thing that's happening with habits in your brain. At first, they're hard, they take effort, they're uncomfortable. But the more they're practiced, the easier, the more natural, the more fun they become. And believe it or not, that's not only the case with things like getting in the habit of doing yoga, but that's also the case with the attitude of gratitude, as dorky as that sounds. We have to train our mind to look for our joys. And the more we do that, the more we'll notice it. The more we do that, the easier it will become. The more we do it, the less awkward, the less uncomfortable it will be. And as the psychologist alluded to, or actually said straight out at the beginning, gratitude at that point has the power to change your life. On your next inhale, come forward into downward facing dog. On your next breath, right heel up. Exhale, pull through to low lunge. Whew. Then once you're in low lunge, use an inhale to come up to crescent lunge. There we go. And on your next exhale, twist to the right. Open arm twist. Inhale, come back up. Legs stay still. Exhale, twist to the right again. This time, hand and half bind if you want. Inhale up. Twist to the right. Exhale, elbow to your knee if you'd like that extra challenge. 2 more. Inhale up. Legs stay still. Exhale, twist. Belly button to your spine. Inhale up. Exhale, twist and hold. 3, 2. Very nice. Come back. Crescent lunge. Now straighten your front leg. That'll feel good. Step forward with your back foot. So we have a pretty short stance here. Heel to heel alignment. Back foot at a 45-degree angle. If that doesn't work in your hip or your knee, you can do feet in cross-country ski tracks, toes straight forward. We're going to do twisting pyramid. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Inhale, reach forward with your left arm. Exhale, twist. So you're bringing your left hand to the outside of your right knee, or your right leg, I should say. If the floor is available, you can use the floor as well. Now pull open with your right shoulder. Hand can stay as it is here, or you can extend your right arm into fly or a half bind position. If your neck is sore, look at the floor. 3, 2, belly button to your spine, and fold forward into regular pyramid. So now we're squaring our hips over our front leg, hanging heavy. Shoulders are not dropping to your ears though, they're pulling up towards your hips. Head is heavy. Nice. Bend your front knee. Step your left foot forward, forward fold. And now if you'd like to, we're going to go into gorilla. So let's start with a modified gorilla. Do a deep knee bend. Flip your palms so they're facing the ceiling. Fingers are pointing back at you. Can stay here. Another option if this doesn't work is bringing your hands to some books or a few yoga blocks. Now if you want to go into full gorilla, then you're going to slide your hands under your feet, toes all the way to your wrists. Got to muster up a little courage here with this pose. And now regardless of your hand position, you can decide, do you want your legs straight or knees bent? Regardless of your hand position, you're gently wanting to bring your body weight forward. That's where a lot of that courage comes in. This is a really beautiful position for your wrists. The stretch and the compression that it's giving you is great for that joint. Release your hands, roll your wrists, soften your knees if they aren't already, step back with your left leg into low lunge, right leg is forward. Now drop your back knee down, belly button to your spine, you can stay here or gently come up. Arms out to a T to help you balance, otherwise reach back. Our intention here is to feel a stretch along our left hip flexor. Our left, kind of in the quadricep area. So the front of your left leg. If you are not feeling that, move this foot and this knee further apart. Keep yourself strong so your rib cage is locked up to your pelvis. It's the word I'm looking for. Hip bones and rib cage are locked up. That's our Uddiyana Bandha position. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center to the inside of your right leg. Turn your right toes out to the corner and sink down into runner's lunge. So you can stay up here on your palms or your fists. Otherwise, if it's available, you can come down to your forearms. Our intention is to get a nice opening here in our hip. But we don't want to just let ourselves hang out in this position without support. So in other words, belly button still pulling up even though your body's sinking down. Shoulders are still pulling towards your hips even though your head is heavy. If you're feeling a bit uncomfortable, you're doing it right. One more breath. From here, plant your palms if they aren't already. Swing your leg around. Meet me in high plank on your knees or your toes. Really feel your abdominal muscles supporting you. On your next exhale, chaturanga. Keep your abs engaged. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lovely. Left heel up. On your exhale, pull it through. Low lunge into crescent lunge. On your next exhale, twist to the left, open arm to start. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Right hand to the outside of your right knee, left knee. Inhale up, belly button to your spine. Exhale, twist, right elbow to the outside of your left knee if you'd like. Two more, legs stay still, up. Take a break if you need it. Exhale, twist, left shoulder blade to your spine. One more, up. Twist of your choice and hold. You got this. 3, 2, inhale, back up. Feel your strength. Then straighten your front leg. Awesome. Pull your back foot up so you have a short stance, either cross-country skis or heel-to-heel alignment with your back foot at a 45. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Inhale, reach forward with your right arm. Then exhale, hand to the outside of your left leg or on the mat to the outside of your left foot. Pull your shoulder blade, left shoulder blade I should say, to your spine. Then if you want to, you can extend your left arm into fly or find a half bind. So pyramid pose here, twisting pyramid, is an interesting posture. Got a lot going on. You're balancing, stretching, and twisting. Do what you can. On your next exhale, fold forward, hang heavy into regular pyramid. Drive this right hip forward, pull your left hip back. Now, just like when we were in runner's lunge, we want to support ourselves by pulling our belly button to our spine, shoulders to hips. Bend your front knee. Step your right leg forward into a forward fold. Start with bent knees here, so I'm letting my chest rest on my thighs, a really deep knee bend. And find modified gorilla. If you'd like to, you're going to slide your feet, or how about this, slide your hands under your feet. The other way around could be interesting. And once again, legs straight or bent. That's up to you. Body weight gently and slowly moving forward. Now, if you do have your hands under your feet, you really want to work on bringing your toes all the way to your wrists. And the reason for that is if you don't bring them all the way to your wrists, then it's just going to feel like you're stepping on your fingers, which is not going to feel very good. If your toes are all the way to your wrist, you're going to get a nice release in that joint. Nice. Take your hands out, roll your wrists. Soften your knees, step back with your right leg, low lunge. Then drop your back knee. Come up, belly button to your spine so you're supporting yourself. Reach back if you want an extra stretch. Otherwise, arms out to a T is fine. This is fine too. Remember, our intention with this one is to really lengthen here. So find a position with your foot and your knee, with your upper body, where you feel that stretch, but you still feel safe. You still feel like you're able to control what your body is doing. You're supporting and supportive in the pose. Right hip drives forward for one more breath. Then on your next exhale, hands to the inside of your left leg. Turn your left toes out, sink down. Now it's okay for your knee to go out like this for runner's lunge. What you don't want though is you don't want your foot to be way back here and then your knee jutting forward. So make sure your foot is far enough forward where you have a nice solid base for your knee joint. If a forehead connection with something, a block, stacked fists, whatever it may be, the mat is available to you, make that connection. And then lock up your shoulders away from your ears. Lock up your belly button up towards your spine. Allow yourself to sink into this. 2 more breaths here. Once you finish those 2 breaths, let's meet in high plank. And once again, really focus on your abdominal muscles. Lock up in your rib cage and your pelvis, so Uddiyana Bandha. Zip up in your belly. Feel your strength there. Keep that sensation on your next exhale as you move into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders over your hands. High plank again. Same sensation. This time, though, bring your belly button all the way to the floor from your knees or your toes as slowly as possible. Belly button up. Once you get there, stack your hands Forehead down. Rest. We're going to move into some heart opening work. We'll start with Locust. And then we'll do a second set of either Locust or Bow. Now this heart opening work is a really beautiful time for you to once again feel that sensation of gratitude. So before we start, think of one thing you want to focus on once you get into this position, something new that you haven't already thought about today that you are grateful for. Then when you're ready to move into it, pull your heels together, squeeze your inner thighs. Then pull your arms back, shoulders to your hips, arms pull towards each other. If this is your version of Locust, stay here. If you'd like more intensity and it's available to you, clasp your hands. You could even bring your palms together to touch if possible. And we're going to lift and pull. You can decide what you want to do with your neck. Chin can stay tucked to your chest, or if it feels okay, you can look up. Lift and pull. Bring that gratitude focus to mind. Whatever you were just thinking about before. Hold that thought for 3, 2, stack your hands, and relax. Beautiful. So we've got one more set of heart opening. If Locust was challenging for you, or you really love that pose, do it again. If you'd like something different, a little more intense, we're going to try Bow pose. So with that one, you're going to bend your knees, flex your feet, grab your ankles, belly button to your spine, and then you're going to start this pose by kicking into your feet. And you're going to keep kicking, allowing that to pull you into a beautiful heart opener. Keep breathing. One more inhale here. Looking good. Nice work. On your exhale, release. Awesome job. If you want to stretch out your neck, you can bring an ear to your stacked hands instead of your forehead. Switch ears. Forehead back down. On your next exhale, push your hips back to child's pose. On your next inhale, come forward to your hands and your knees. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. We're moving into half pigeon. Why don't we, before we do that, nod our head yes a couple times, shake it no. And then when you're ready for half pigeon, and even if you're not, lift your right leg up. On your exhale, pull your right knee forward to your right wrist. Heel is in front of your left leg. Then slide your left leg back. And on your next exhale, fold over your bent knee. If a forehead connection works for you, find one. Rock side to side in your hips. and find a position that feels best. And by feels best, I mean you're out of pain, but you're uncomfortable. So you're not feeling any shooting pain in your knee or your hip, but you are feeling a great pull. Now, as we're hanging out in Pigeon, I thought I'd share with you a couple fun gratitude practices that I like to utilize in my life. Because the thing about practices, just like with yoga, is if you have a routine, it is really helpful, especially at the onset of starting a new habit. So when you're starting yoga, it's helpful if you do it on the same day every week, or maybe the same time every day, something like that. You get into a routine with it, and you start to pick it up more quickly. So with gratitude, it's the same thing. It's a practice just like yoga. So one beautiful, simple, powerful practice is a gratitude journal, where you have a journal dedicated to writing down things that you truly are grateful for. Could be one thing every day, 5 things every day, 10 things once a week. The whole point, though, is that you write them down, you feel the gratitude, and you do it consistently. That practice alone has been scientifically proven to improve people's happiness significantly. Another practice is thank you steps. So this sounds silly, but it's a way of kind of, like I mentioned before, training your brain, just like you go up and down that sledding hill, and the more you go down the path, the quicker it goes. That's what this next practice does. It's just a thank you mantra, thank you steps. So what you do is with each step, whether you're going up the stairs, maybe it's when you first get out of bed and you're walking from your bedroom to the bathroom, you just say thank you with each step or each breath. And believe it or not, after a little bit, you start to think of things you're grateful for. Who would have thunk it, huh? Okay, I haven't forgotten about you here. We're going to switch sides. So on your next inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, push back to down dog or a 3-legged dog if you need to release that. Once both your feet are back to the floor, take an inhale through your nose and then an audible open mouth exhale. Other side, left heel up. Exhale, pull it forward. Left knee to your left wrist, heel in front of your right leg. Slide back. Fold forward. Find your forehead connection if possible. Rock your hips side to side until you find the position you need. So I've got 2 more practices to share with you. The next one is called a gratitude jar. So this is a cool one for families to do, I think. You just have a jar that you randomly write things that you're grateful for and throw it in there. It could be something someone else in your family did, or it could just be, a gift, or like we talked about before, clean water to drink. And then you have a set time every week or every month to open that gratitude jar and read what's in there together. Finally, dry erase markers. They are something I'm super grateful for because I have a whiteboard and I use them on my mirror. And this is a beautiful place to write thoughts of gratitude on. So having a gratitude whiteboard or just throwing them on your mirror, there's something the whole family, friends can look at, and you're reminded of each time you look in the mirror. The mirror is often a place too where we tend to beat ourselves up if we're not mindful. So having some notes of gratitude, whether it's things you're thankful for or gratitude quotes, is a good reminder to do something differently. Instead of beating yourself up, to evoke feelings of thankfulness and acceptance instead. All right, on your next inhale, push yourself up. Three-legged dog. Both feet down. Take a big inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Then drop to your knees. Come to a seated position. And roll down one vertebrae at a time. Feet stay glued to the mat. Got my silly mic in the way. Once you get to the floor, pull your knees into your chest. And then find happy baby. Grab your feet. Enjoy this beautiful lower back release. On your next exhale, drop your feet down. Bring your arms out to a T. Cross your right leg over your left. And then use an exhale to drop your knees to the left. Keep your right shoulder down. If you want to go a little deeper into this twist, you can take your left hand and let it rest on your right knee. So just a little extra weight to lengthen a bit more. On your next inhale, pull your belly button to your spine. Come up. Switch your legs left over right. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Left shoulder down. And then if you'd like that extra stretch, bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Keep breathing. Belly button to your spine. Inhale, come up. Plant your feet wide and let your knees tent in. This position is a beautiful one for our lower backs. Helps our lower backs release. Bring your arms down because we're making our way into Savasana. So palms are up, shoulders are away from our ears. If this position with your legs feels really good, you're more than welcome to stay here for Savasana. Otherwise, you can extend your legs out, mat width apart. Let your pinky toes fall towards the floor. Now, my absolute favorite song to play during a gratitude practice like this, a grateful flow practice in Savasana, is Thankful by Josh Groban. So if you want to get that playing now, go for it. And then settle in. Enjoy. When you're ready to come back to your body, bring your attention to your breath and take some deep inhales and deep exhales. Roll to your side with your knees bent. Use your arm as a pillow. Rest, relax, and enjoy here. Before you leave this position, think of at least one more gem to put in your pocket, one more thing you're grateful for. And going back to that idea of rituals and routines, this is often something I will do with each yoga practice when I'm practicing on my own, is every time I get to this position after Savasana, I'll think of something I'm grateful for. On your next inhale, push yourself up. Find a seated position that's comfortable for you. Close your eyes and sit in a way that embodies dignity. So to me, that means I'm straight and tall, but not too rigid. Pull your hands into heart center. Reconnect with your intention one last time. Ask yourself, is this an intention you can take off the mat today? Talking about our problems is our greatest addiction. Break the habit. Talk about your joys. Take a deep breath on that. Congratulate yourself for investing some time into breaking that habit today. And before moving into our blessing, I want to share with you one more quote that comes from A Course in Miracles. It simply says, "Love is the way you walk in gratitude." Beautiful. Bring your hands to the space between your eyes. May you have peace in your thoughts today. Hands to your lips. May you have peace in your words. And hands to your heart. May your heart be full of gratitude. May you have peace in your heart and actions. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I was so honored to bring you through a practice such as that, where we're combining the power of yoga, the power of breath and mindfulness and alignment and strength with the power of gratitude. So my honor to lead you through that, and I hope to see you back on your mat again very soon. Have a good one.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Also, if you're wondering how to become healthier, I've created a free masterclass for you that is truly your ultimate wellness guide. It's called Fit and Fabulous for Life: 7 Secrets that'll help you find your healthy living sweet spot. If you're intrigued, you should see a link to it on your screen now. You'll also find a link to it in the description box of this video. Thanks again for tuning into this video, and I hope you'll consider checking out my free Fit and Fab masterclass.